real estate is local. I'm Donahue Baker, real estate investor, owner of over 500 residential units nationwide. And in this video, I'm gonna tackle the ultimate question: when will real estate prices fall? When you speak about real estate, you have to realize that real estate is evaluated on a local basis. So let me just clarify. I'm making this video for those in the US only. Prices have been on a rocket ship lately, rising faster than we expect. We've seen home prices rise by more than 30% in some areas through the COVID period. Many people feel like this is a bubble, but I really don't. And here's the reason why. When COVID first hit, many thought the real estate market would go back to 08, 09 levels. And at that time, we thought prices were gonna dip, and those that were in a cash position were gonna be able to scoop up real estate for the low. Very quickly, we realized that that dip was not taking place. And instead of a drop in market prices, we saw a dramatic rise in the price of homes. When the federal government placed a moratorium on evictions, the banks also placed a halt on all foreclosures, even the foreclosures that were in the pipeline. So when banks decided not to put foreclosures on the market, we witnessed a dramatic decrease in the housing supply. At the same time, the money supply increased and interest rates were super low. And through the pandemic, we were spending more and more time at home, isolated in the house. Travel was restricted, so we couldn't go to those nice vacation destinations, so people wanted nicer homes. People still had the cash, they still had the money, so the demand for homes went up. Limited supply and higher demands for homes produced higher housing prices. And that is where we are today. As a country, across the board, prices are higher. But I get this question a lot, mainly from people that don't own homes. They ask, when are the prices of houses going to come down? The American Bankers Association says late in 2022, the housing bubble should cool. But I disagree. I think the price of housing will not come down. And here's why. I think the Fed will raise interest rates. Even though there's a war going on right now in Europe, I believe that military spending will drive up inflation. And with the increase in inflation, I believe that these high prices that we're seeing right now will begin to look normal. Let me tell you what happened to my parents. 30 years ago, they paid $30,000 for the home that I grew up in. That same home today is worth over $500,000. My question to you is, at what point was that $30,000 home of value? Was it when the price rose to $100,000? Or maybe it was when that price rose to $250,000. It's important to view all assets from the right perspective. When we don't view assets from the right historical perspective, sometimes we get blinded and locked into a price that we think an asset should be. Sometimes when we don't view assets from the right historical perspective, we get locked into the mental blindness of price. And that could be a really expensive mistake to make. Remember, the price is whatever the market will pay you for an asset. So if you're waiting on the sidelines, hoping and praying for the price of real estate to fall, unfortunately, I believe you'll miss out. The solution is searching for ways in which you can get off-market real estate at below market value. And that, my friend, is the way in which you don't really care about when real estate values will fall, because you're always getting value for each acquisition you do. I'm Donahue Baker. Hope you got some value in this video. Remember, time is your most valuable asset. Don't waste a second of it. What you do every single day is your legacy. Peace.